Hi everybody, it's me Vicky. Happy Sunday. How are you guys? So today I wanted to come on and talk about grown men following my daughter on IG. This is something that I really want to address because I know that this is an important topic. And for all you mothers and fathers out there who do have teenage daughters, please, this is important that you listen to this, and this will help you to save your children's lives, okay? Because it's dangerous out there. Okay, so there's this guy that was following me. Okay, now before I even get into more of this video, I want to address something really quick. The fact that I'm a married woman, a lot of people would be like, why would you have guys following you, and why would you accept requests from men and blah blah blah. My thing is this: anybody can come into my circle, whether you're male, female, all ethnic groups. It doesn't matter to me as long as you're respectful and you understand the fact that I am a married woman with a family, and you don't come into my inbox sending me some dick pics, sending me inappropriate messages. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. And if I see that, I block you immediately. So as long as you're respectful, like I just said, we're good. And it doesn't matter who you are, okay? So with that being said, there's one guy that he's pretty cool. He's been following me for quite a while, okay? And I know that he has children and he's married and blah blah blah, which is cool. And he's always been respectful towards me. Like, he'll say hello, good morning, and when I like one of his pictures, he'll inbox me and says, oh, thank you for liking it, thank you very much, blah blah blah. And it was cool like that, and he was very respectful. So I thought, so one day last week, I happened to go into my daughter's IG, and I started checking the people that are her friends. And I see she's friends with a couple of guys. Okay. But that one specific guy is a guy that I know. And he happens to be like 56. He's an old man. Like, I mean, come on. Compared to my daughter, you're like a senior citizen. Please, really? My daughter's 15 years old. Okay. As a mother, my responsibility is to make sure that my kids are safe. And by doing that, I have to check the internet and check what it is that she's doing. Okay, so that's the reason why I checked, and I happened to see this guy has been following her, and I found that to be very disturbing. So what I did was I inboxed him and I said, I noticed that you're following my daughter. And he immediately says, oh yeah, she looks just like you, and she's beautiful, she looks just like you, blah blah. I was like, and I said, let me ask you a question. Why are you following my daughter? Number two, how would you feel if I was following your son? Because I know his son is really young. And then number three, better yet, how would you feel if my husband was following your daughters? I got no response. And I was like, hello, question mark, hello, nothing. And I'm like, So when he finally responds, he says, oh, I love my wife, I love my family, I love my wife. He's talking about his wife, this wife. I'm like, why are you talking about your wife? Nobody asked you anything about you loving your wife and nothing like that. Why are you ignoring my question? So right there, I was like, this guy is guilty. Something's up. So he says to me, who's your daughter? Who's your daughter? I'm like, you just said my daughter and I look alike and she's beautiful. What do you mean, who's my daughter? So I was like, oh, he kept contradicting himself, okay? So I said, why are you ignoring my questions that I've asked? Then he finally responds with the, no, I don't want your husband following my daughters. And I was like, why is that? And he said, I just don't think it's right. I said, oh, it's not right for him to follow your daughters, but it's right for you to follow my daughter? My daughter is just a 15-year-old girl. He gets quiet again. And I was like, how would you like it if I follow your son? And he was, well, my son is 14. I said, that's what I'm saying. He's a child. Why would a grown woman like me want to follow your son? I'm not a child molester. I just didn't get that. And he's like really quiet, and he's really nervous at this point. And he was like, I don't know where you're going with this. I have daughters. I don't know. I'm not like that, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but you feel that it's not okay for my husband to follow your daughters, but why is it okay for you to follow my daughter? What is that? Well, I don't get it. If you had no motives, interior motives, you would not be this nervous and you would have responded to my questions immediately, but instead you're hesitating and you seem like you have some type of fear. And he was like, oh, I'm not like that. I don't know what you're talking about, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? Then he brings up to me, oh, the only reason why I follow everybody, I just follow everyone. I don't just follow you. I didn't follow her just specifically. It's just everybody I follow, and blah, because I'm trying to get a lot of followers and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, why didn't you follow my son? He got really quiet again. But you follow my daughter, but not my son? I'm like, okay. So right there, I knew that this guy was up to no good. So I was like, you know what? I'm good. So I didn't even want to keep talking to him anymore. I just blocked him. I told my daughter, block this guy. He's perverted and I don't trust him. I want you to make sure your IG is on private. I don't want a bunch of random people following you because it's too dangerous. Okay, so the moral of this story is you got these grown men, 50-something years old, 40-something years old, 30-something years old. My daughter is a child. She's a minor. As a parent, as a mother, you are supposed to check your children's account to make sure that they're safe. She has shared some stories with me with certain guys who bother her, and I have to check them, okay? And I basically have her block a lot of people because she's a very beautiful young girl. And sometimes she appears a lot older in her pictures because, but she's young at the end of the day. And it's my responsibility to make sure that she's safe and nobody manipulates her. And I don't want her meeting people and she goes missing, she gets raped and killed. That's how it happens. So as parents, that's what we should do. Monitor our children, watch them. Don't let your children do whatever they want. You have to watch them, especially the young ones. Specifically, my youngest daughter, I watch everything that she does because she's only 9, okay? But my teenage daughter is also young. She's 15. And I have to watch them. I don't want my kids being part of this statistic and being killed and murdered and gone missing. And I don't know what the hell happened. But I'm very aware. So this guy right here, I'm very disappointed in him because I didn't know he was like that. But that's the thing. You don't know who to trust because they seem nice, but they have motives. They're not who you think they are. Okay, so that's the moral of the video is like, please, everybody, be safe with your kids. Watch your kids. I didn't say anything to my husband or my sons because if they knew about this, it would have been a bigger situation. I kept it between me and my daughter, and I said, don't say anything because you know how much the family is. We don't play. My sons, cuckoo. My husband, okay? My husband already hates social media. The last thing he needs to know is something like this because it would have been a big situation. So, with that being said, guys, had to share the story because I know that it's going to help a couple of people who really believes that their children are safe on the internet when they're not. You're not safe. It's very dangerous. I always tell my children, do not give any information out. Please don't. It's dangerous. We are living in a world that is messed up. A lot of people's getting killed, hurt, raped. It's dangerous, okay? So that being said, guys, take care. Bye-bye.